Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Vinny here, and today I'm going to show you how to do an oil change on a 2007 to 2011 Honda CRV. So this job's going to relate and be pretty similar to many other Hondas that are out there on the road today. And real quick, if this video helps you guys out, then please leave me a like. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments. I'll get back to you. And if you guys are looking for more of this kind of content, then hit that subscribe button because there'll be plenty more videos like this coming your way. Now let's get into it. For all the tools and parts needed for this job, you're going to need a 17mm socket, and I have it on a 1/2" breaker bar. That's going to be for the oil drain bolt. I have a pair of oil filter pliers. You're going to want some rubber gloves, some rags, an oil funnel, an oil drain pan. Then you're going to have your Honda OEM oil filter. I would always recommend going with the OEM oil filter, as these are the best ones and they're specifically designed for these engines and vehicles. For the oil, we're going to go with a 5W20 full synthetic, and since my car has a lot of miles, I got the high mileage. All right, and then depending on how you want to lift up your vehicle, you have a couple options here. You could use a car jack with jack stands, or optionally you can use a set of ramps, and then I have some blocks of wood that'll help you get the car up on the ramps without smacking the bumper up on the top of those ramps. You're also going to need a set of wheel chocks or wheel blocks if you guys decide to use the ramps. These will be used to block off the rear wheels of the vehicle to prevent it from rolling. And then last, I just have a pad here that you can lay on while we're under the vehicle. I'll have links down in the description for everything you see in this video. All right, and before we start this job, I always like to note down our mileage and see what our maintenance codes are. So here we see a B13, and for the mileage we have 230,000. So we're gonna note all this down, and I'll put up on the screen what the maintenance codes mean, and I will also have them linked down in the description. A B13 would be an oil and filter change, tire rotation, as well as replace your transmission fluid. But in today's video, we're just gonna be doing the oil change. You can check out the other videos on my channel, which I will be posting how to replace your transmission fluid. All right, I laid some wood right at the base of the ramp so our bumper will clear just the top part of the ramps when we drive on there. And then if you guys are gonna jack up the car, you'll look right under the driver's side or the passenger side, and there will be this big piece of metal here. That's gonna be your lift point if you're jacking up the vehicle. It's gonna be one here, and then the same thing directly on the other side. Next, if you haven't already, you can let the engine run for a little bit to warm it up. That'll allow the oil to drain a little bit quicker. And now's a great time to install our wheel chocks or wheel blocks around the back wheels. All right, to pop the hood, you're gonna come down here, you'll find this latch, pull that, and you're gonna slide your hand under here and you'll feel the lever, and you're gonna kind of lift it up like that, which will open up your hood. Grab our hood prop. Hood prop goes right up there where the arrow shows. So normally the first thing I always do is check the oil level when the vehicle's on a level surface, which I already had done. So the next step's gonna be to remove our oil cap. And I always like to sit that right up here so we don't lose it. We just pull up our dipstick. That may allow the oil to drain a little bit better. All right, next I like to get everything we're gonna be using down there, and we'll slide that all down together. All right, so you're gonna come under the front of the engine, and you'll look right up here. That's your 17mm oil drain bolt. So we will get that on there, and we're gonna crack it loose, and then we're gonna start to loosen this. Now, I like to hold the oil pan up to the bolt. All right, and then we're gonna drain that. And while this drains, you can take your oil drain plug, and there should be a crush washer on here. This is the Honda OEM crush washer. These are a one-time use. If you take the bolt off and you don't see it on here, then likely it's stuck right up on the pan. So when the oil's done draining, you can get a flathead screwdriver and gently push it off. And open up our new oil filter here, and I have our new washer right up in there. And just to quickly try to show you guys, the old washers, the reason we don't really reuse these is because when you crush it, it gets a little lip like that, and then when you go to reseal it again, sometimes it doesn't actually seal. So the new ones should be flush. So once the oil's done draining, get your oil drain plug with the new crush washer. We'll reinstall that, give it a nice wipe, and then you're going to torque this down to 29 foot-pounds. Next, you can get your oil filter pliers. Just gonna grab the oil filter and we will take this thing off. a couple screws until it gets loose, and then turn it a little bit and it'll start to drip. And you can let that kind of drain out for a little bit. And then once you're ready, you can unscrew it and take it all the way off. A little bit of oil on you. So I always recommend wearing safety glasses. Here's just an optional step. You can fill your new oil filter up with a little bit of oil. Be very careful and go very slow if you're gonna do this, because it will spill and overflow and then make a mess. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in here. All right, and you'll see it bubble like that. And the reason we do that kind of stuff is to prevent what's called a dry start. It's a totally optional thing, but the more important part is to get some fresh oil and get it around this O-ring up on the top. Now we can go ahead and install our new oil filter. All right, once all that oil is done dripping, it's a great idea and a great time to wipe everything down very well. All right, and once you got it all wiped down real good, get your new oil filter and we can gently start to screw that in. And it should just go on real smooth. If it doesn't, then back it off and make sure it threads on cleanly. And we're gonna get this thing hand tight, and that should be good. And then just give it another wipe down and we should be good to go. And finished under the bottom of the vehicle. All right, next we can get our oil funnel, and we're gonna stick that in there. Gonna grab your oil. Again, this is the 5W20 full synthetic. The car normally calls for 0W20. The only difference will be that this will be a tiny bit thicker, and since this engine's a little bit older, it has a couple little leaks, and the 5W20 just seems to hold up a little bit better in a higher mileage engine. We're gonna start to pour this stuff in. This car calls for 4.4 quarts of oil, so we're gonna do it here now, and then once we get the car off the ramps, we're gonna double check everything and top the engine oil off. So if you have one of these big 5-quart jugs, on the side there's going to be this clear strip usually, and you'll be able to put this on a level surface to check how much oil you put in the vehicle. All right, once you've put close to your 4.4 quarts of oil in, you can remove our oil funnel. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil around there, and I like to put just a tiny bit on the oil cap O-ring. There's like a little rubber ring around there that'll just prevent it from sticking in the future. And then we'll snug that up. Since we're still jacked up on the ramps, we're going to put this back and we're gonna back the car off to then check our oil level. Always take a quick peek under the vehicle, make sure nothing's dripping right out. Seen it happen before, so just double check that. Next we can remove our wheel blocks. Now we're gonna start the vehicle up, gently back it off the ramps, and then we can check our oil level. All right, now with the vehicle on a level surface, we're gonna pull out your dipstick and clean it. Put it back in. Let it sit there for a second, and then we'll pull it back up. All right, we are just at that bottom mark. I like to go to the top mark, which is right up there, but we're about here, so we're just gonna add a little bit of oil. And I'm not gonna be exact on this because this engine leaks a little bit of oil, so I might put just a tad extra. Make sure your oil cap O-ring is lubed, and you can install that. Give everything a good wipe, and we'll check our oil level one more time. So we're gonna clean it, put it back. All right, we are just at the top line, or that top mark, so that should be perfect. 4.4 quarts of oil. All right, once you've double checked everything's tight and cleaned up, go ahead and put the hood back down. I also just wanted to quickly mention to please always dispose of your old oil correctly. You can empty these directly into your 5-gallon jugs here and then bring that to a shop who will dispose of your oil correctly. And then you can also poke a hole right in the top of your oil filter and let it sit in your drain pan for a little over 24 hours. And then it's considered a dry filter, and you should be able to dispose of that as well. You could always just, like I said, bring both of those things to the shop and they should be able to take care of that. All right, last thing left to do is to reset our oil light. So you're going to put the key in the ignition and turn it on, but keep the engine off. So key on, engine off. Now you're going to use this little button down here on the right to toggle through until you see your oil life, and then you're going to hold that button in for about 10 seconds. So I'm holding it in. Keep holding it in. All right, now it's gonna bring up this screen. It says cancel, oil life, all that. You twist this knob and you can select what you wanna reset. So we're gonna toggle over to the oil life until it's flashing, and then you're gonna click on that once. All right, now it's selecting the whole thing, and we're gonna hold it in. All right. And once it's done, you'll see the screen should show 100% oil life. And that's how you're gonna reset the oil light on a 2007 to 2011 Honda CRV. All right guys, that's about it. That's how you're gonna do an oil change on a 2007 to 2011 Honda CRV. So if this video helped you guys out, please leave me a like. If you guys have any questions at all, leave them down in the comments. I'll get back to you. And if you're looking for more of this kind of content, then hit that subscribe button, because there'll be plenty more videos coming your way. I appreciate you guys sticking through with me on this one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one.